Here are Grandma's 39 dandelion life hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. Dandelion coffee. Have you tried dandelion coffee? Roasting dandelion roots creates a bold, caffeine-free coffee alternative packed with antioxidants. Dry the roots, roast them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes until dark brown, then grind them into powder. Steep the grounds like coffee for a deep, earthy drink that supports digestion and liver health. It's a satisfying morning brew without the jitters. If you're looking for a way to make the most of dandelion roots, there's another method that enhances their power in a completely different way. Root vinegar. Fermenting dandelion roots creates a tangy, mineral-rich vinegar, perfect for dressings, marinades, and medicinal tonics. Chop the roots, submerge them in apple cider vinegar, and let them steep in a dark place for 4 weeks. Strain and use for a nutrient-packed boost. This vinegar enhances flavors while delivering natural detox benefits. While it's great for culinary use, it also has surprising applications beyond the kitchen, especially if you enjoy a homemade touch to your beverages. Wine. Dandelion wine was a staple in Grandma's pantry, valued for its floral taste and medicinal qualities. The bright yellow petals are steeped in hot water, mixed with sugar and yeast, and left to ferment for weeks. The result? A golden, slightly sweet wine that captures the taste of spring. It's a timeless tradition with unexpected health benefits. Fermenting dandelions creates something delicious, but what if they could also add richness to a warm and comforting meal? Soup broth. Dandelion greens and roots add depth and nutrients to homemade broth. Simmer them with vegetable scraps, garlic, and herbs for an iron-rich base perfect for soups and sauces. Their mild bitterness aids digestion while infusing a natural detoxifying boost. This broth turns everyday meals into a nutritional powerhouse. A warm, nourishing broth is a great way to use dandelions, but they can also be enjoyed in an entirely different form, one that's refreshing and energizing. Juice. Blending dandelion greens with lemon, apple, and ginger creates a refreshing, detoxifying juice. The bitter compounds stimulate digestion and support liver function. Blend a handful of washed greens with water, strain, and drink for a nutrient-rich energy boost. This juice is a powerhouse disguised as a simple drink. If you thought dandelions were only good for food and drinks, you might be surprised to learn they also serve a role in natural remedies. Hair rinse. Dandelions can naturally soften and nourish hair, according to Grandma. Boil 2 cups of fresh flowers and leaves in 4 cups of water for 10 minutes. Strain and let cool. After shampooing, pour the rinse over your hair, massaging it into the scalp. Let it sit for a few minutes before rinsing with cool water. The vitamins and minerals strengthen hair and soothe the scalp. A healthy scalp is a great start, but dandelions can also bring something unexpected to your dinner table. Stuffed pasta. Dandelion greens add a bold, earthy twist to pasta fillings. Sauté 2 cups of chopped greens with garlic and olive oil until wilted, mixed with ricotta, parmesan, salt, and pepper. Spoon onto pasta sheets or into ravioli molds, sealing edges with a bit of water. Boil for 3 to 4 minutes, then toss in butter or marinara. The slight bitterness balances beautifully with creamy cheese. If you enjoy this twist on Italian cuisine, wait until you see what fermentation does to dandelions. Fermented greens. Dandelion greens turn into a probiotic powerhouse through fermentation. Chop 4 cups of greens, massage with 1 tablespoon salt, and pack tightly into a jar. Submerge in its own liquid or add a brine of 1 cup water and 1 teaspoon salt. Weigh down with a clean stone or fermentation weight and let sit for 5 to 7 days. The process enhances nutrients and gut-friendly bacteria. While fermentation transforms these greens, dandelions also crisp up beautifully for a tasty snack. Dandelion chips. Dandelion leaves crisp up into a nutrient-rich alternative to potato chips. Toss dry leaves with olive oil, salt, and a pinch of garlic powder. Spread in a single layer on a baking sheet and bake at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 minutes, flipping halfway. The low temperature prevents burning while ensuring a crispy texture. Let them cool before enjoying. Crunchy and satisfying, these chips are a game changer, but dandelions also shine when simply sautéed. Sautéed greens. Cooking dandelion greens in a pan mellows their bitterness while preserving nutrients. Heat olive oil in a pan. Add minced garlic and sauté for 30 seconds. Toss in washed and chopped greens, stirring frequently. Cook for 3 to 4 minutes until tender. Then finish with lemon juice and salt. Grandma said that the quick cooking keeps them vibrant and flavorful. But dandelions have even more culinary secrets waiting to be explored. Pesto. Dandelion leaves create a bold, peppery pesto packed with nutrients. Blend 2 cups of young leaves with a quarter cup of nuts, half a cup of olive oil, 2 garlic cloves, and half a cup Parmesan. Pulse until smooth, adjusting seasoning as needed. Store in the fridge for up to a week or freeze for longer use. This unique pesto is perfect for pasta, toast, or roasted veggies. Speaking of bold flavors, dandelions can also surprise your taste buds in an entirely different way. Capers. Unopened dandelion buds turn into a tangy, briny treat when pickled. Rinse half a cup of buds, soak them in salt water overnight, then drain and pack into a jar. Cover with a hot vinegar brine made of half a cup vinegar, a quarter cup water, garlic, and mustard seeds. Let them sit for a week before using. They're perfect in salads, seafood, or sauces. While these tiny buds pack a punch, dandelions also hold secrets to an unexpected self-care ritual. Bath soak. A dandelion-infused bath soothes sore muscles and hydrates skin. Boil 2 cups of fresh flowers in a quart of water for 10 minutes, strain, and add to warm bath water. The anti-inflammatory properties ease aches while minerals nourish dry skin. Let your body soak up the benefits for at least 20 minutes. It's a simple yet luxurious way to unwind. While dandelions work wonders in a bath, their greens bring a whole new dimension to fresh, flavorful meals. Salads. Dandelion greens make a nutrient-dense, slightly bitter salad base. Harvest young leaves before flowering to avoid excessive bitterness. Rinse and chop, then toss with olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and honey for balance. Pair with nuts, feta, or apples for added depth. These greens are loaded with vitamins A, C, and K. They add freshness to any meal. But did you know dandelion roots can be transformed into a crunchy, tangy delight? Pickled roots. Dandelion roots make a flavorful, gut-friendly pickle. Scrub and slice the roots, then boil for 5 minutes to soften. Pack them into a jar with garlic, mustard seeds, and peppercorns. Heat 1 cup vinegar, half a cup water, 1 tablespoon salt, and 1 teaspoon sugar, then pour over the roots. Let sit for a week before enjoying. These pickles add a punchy bite to sandwiches, meats, or cheese boards. They last for months, proving dandelions are a true pantry powerhouse. Infused oil. Dandelion infused oil is a natural remedy for sore muscles and dry skin. Fill a glass jar with dried dandelion flowers, then pour olive or jojoba oil over them until fully submerged. Seal the jar and place it in a sunny window for 2 to 3 weeks, shaking occasionally. Strain through cheesecloth and store in a dark bottle. The anti-inflammatory properties help ease joint pain and nourish skin. This golden oil works wonders, but dandelion leaves have a more hands-on use in the kitchen. Leaf wraps. And dandelion leaves serve as an excellent alternative to grape or cabbage leaves for wrapping food. Select large, tender leaves, then blanch them in boiling water for 10 seconds before transferring to an ice bath. Pat them dry and use to wrap grains, meats, or roasted vegetables. The slightly bitter taste enhances flavors while providing vitamins A and C. While these wraps make for a nutritious meal, dandelions also have a history of being used for healing. Poultice. Crushed dandelion leaves and flowers create a healing poultice for minor wounds, swelling, or insect bites. Mash fresh leaves into a paste using a mortar and pestle or a food processor. Apply directly to the affected area, securing it with a bandage or cloth for 20 to 30 minutes. The plant's antibacterial and anti-inflammatory compounds aid in healing and soothing irritation. Dandelions have long been a natural remedy, but they're also a hidden superfood. Smoothies. Blending dandelion greens into smoothies is an easy way to boost daily nutrition. Toss a handful of washed leaves into a blender with banana, apple, lemon juice, and a cup of almond milk or water. Blend until smooth, adjusting sweetness with honey if needed. The greens provide a mild, earthy flavor while packing a punch of iron, calcium, and detoxifying properties. Smoothies are a refreshing way to enjoy dandelions, though they also pair beautifully with something warm and savory. Egg dishes. Dandelion greens add depth to egg-based dishes like omelets, scrambles, or frittatas. Chop a handful of fresh greens and sauté them in butter or oil for 2 minutes until slightly wilted. Pour beaten eggs over the greens and cook until set. Sprinkle it with cheese or fresh herbs for added flavor. The greens balance the richness of eggs while providing essential nutrients. A simple breakfast upgrade, but dandelions still have even more surprising culinary uses. Herbal butter. Dandelion blossoms add a floral, slightly sweet touch to homemade butter. Soften a stick of unsalted butter at room temperature, then mix in finely chopped dandelion petals, a pinch of salt, and a drizzle of honey if desired. Mash with a fork until evenly combined, then refrigerate for a few hours to let the flavors meld. Spread it over warm bread or melt it on vegetables. A simple way to enhance flavor, but dandelion flowers can also be turned into something unexpectedly sweet. Candied flowers. Dandelion petals make stunning, edible decorations when candied. Lightly whisk an egg white until frothy, then use a small brush to coat each blossom. Sprinkle with superfine sugar and let them dry on parchment paper for 12 to 24 hours. Once crisp, they're perfect for topping cakes, cookies, or cocktails. The sugar preserves the flowers while enhancing their delicate taste. A treat for the eyes and taste buds, yet dandelions can also be transformed into a versatile kitchen powder. Root flour. Dandelion roots can be dried, ground, and used as a nutrient-rich flour. Wash and chop fresh roots, then roast them at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour until crisp. Grind them into a fine powder using a coffee grinder. Mix with regular flour for baking or use it alone for thickening soups. The slightly nutty, earthy flavor pairs well with rustic recipes. Aside from using it as a flour, dandelions can also be fermented into something tangy and bold. Dandelion kimchi. Dandelion greens bring a peppery bite to homemade kimchi. Rinse the greens thoroughly, then massage them with salt and let sit for an hour to remove bitterness. Rinse again, then coat them in a paste of garlic, ginger, chili flakes, and fish sauce. Pack into a jar, pressing down to remove air pockets, and ferment for 3 to 5 days at room temperature. The probiotics aid digestion while enhancing the green's flavor. A bold twist on traditional kimchi, but dandelions can even be used to create a surprising staple in the kitchen. Dandelion noodles. Dried, ground dandelion leaves can be mixed into homemade pasta dough for an extra boost of nutrition. Blend finely ground dried leaves with flour in a 1:4 ratio, then mix with eggs and a bit of water to form a smooth dough. Roll out, cut into noodles, and cook in salted water for 2 to 3 minutes. The subtle bitterness pairs well with creamy or garlicky sauces. Who knew weeds could make pasta? And yet dandelions keep proving their versatility. Chai blend. Dandelion roots create a bold, earthy chai base, adding depth to the usual spice mix. Roast chopped roots at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes, then grind into a fine powder. Combine with cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, ginger, and black pepper for a fragrant caffeine-free blend. Steep a teaspoon in hot water for 5 minutes before straining. The roasted dandelion flavor pairs beautifully with warm spices, making this a soothing yet energizing drink. But dandelions aren't just for sipping. Wait until you see how they color cloth. Fabric dye. Dandelions naturally dye fabrics in warm golden hues, offering a chemical-free alternative to synthetic dyes. Gather a few handfuls of fresh flowers, simmer them in a pot with enough water to submerge your fabric, and let the mixture steep for an hour. Strain. Add fabric and let it soak until the desired shade appears. The tannins in dandelions help bind the color to fabric, making it last longer. Who knew a common weed could replace store-bought dyes? But dandelions have even more hidden talents. Green powder. Dandelion leaves dry into a nutrient-rich green powder, perfect for boosting smoothies, soups, and seasoning blends. Wash and pat dry fresh leaves, then dehydrate them at 115 degrees Fahrenheit for several hours until crisp. Grind into a fine powder and store in an airtight container. High in vitamins A, C, and K, this powder adds a health kick to nearly any dish. Dandelions aren't just for eating, though. In fact, they can bring in something smoky. Roasted powder. Dandelion roots roast into a flavor-packed barbecue rub ingredient, adding an earthy, slightly bitter complexity. Clean and chop the roots, then roast at 300 degrees Fahrenheit until dark brown, about 40 minutes. Once cooled, grind finely and mix with smoked paprika, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper for a homemade rub. The roasting process caramelizes natural sugars, enhancing the umami in grilled meats. But this next item is surely unexpected. Fritters. Dandelion blossoms transform into crispy, bite-sized delights with just a few simple steps. Rinse freshly picked flowers and pat them dry. In a bowl, mix flour, eggs, milk, and a pinch of salt into a smooth batter. Heat oil in a pan, dip each blossom into the batter, and fry until golden brown. Drain on paper towels and serve with honey or powdered sugar. This crunchy treat is addictive, but dandelions aren't just for frying. They can be turned into something even sweeter. Honey substitute. Turning dandelion petals into a golden syrup is easier than it sounds. Gather fresh petals, ensuring no green parts remain, as they add bitterness. Simmer them with water, lemon juice, and sugar for about an hour, stirring occasionally. Strain the liquid, return it to the heat, and reduce until thick. The result is a floral, honey-like syrup, perfect for drizzling over pancakes or stirring into tea. While this syrup is sweet, dandelions also have a surprising role in fermentation. Fermented root beer. Dandelion roots create a bold, earthy base for homemade root beer. Scrub and chop fresh roots, then boil them with molasses, ginger, and cloves for deep flavor. Once cooled, add a fermentation starter like yeast or whey and let the mixture sit in a sealed jar for 2 to 3 days. Strain, chill, and enjoy a naturally fizzy, probiotic-rich soda. The fermentation process brings out complex flavors, making it a unique drink. But dandelions can also bring freshness to a classic lemonade. Dandelion lemonade, a floral twist on a summer favorite. Dandelion lemonade by Grandma is both refreshing and packed with nutrients. Steep dandelion petals in hot water for 10 minutes, strain, and mix with freshly squeezed lemon juice and honey. Stir until combined, then chill and serve over ice. The petals add a light, honey depth, balancing the lemonade's tartness. This drink is a perfect way to cool down, but if you're looking for something thicker and more medicinal, this next one is the way to go. Root syrup. Dandelion root syrup is a powerhouse of flavor and nutrition, often used in herbal remedies. Roast cleaned roots in the oven until fragrant, then boil them with water and sugar until thick and dark. Strain, let cool, and store in a glass jar. The deep molasses-like flavor makes it perfect for teas, drizzles, or even as a cough remedy. Whether for taste or wellness, this syrup delivers, but dandelions have even more hidden benefits waiting to be explored. Dandelion lotion bars. Melted dandelions infused into lotion bars offer deep skin nourishment. Gather fresh dandelion flowers, dry them thoroughly, then infuse them in melted coconut oil over low heat for an hour. Strain and mix with beeswax and shea butter, then pour into molds to set. The anti-inflammatory properties of dandelions help soothe dry, cracked skin, while the rich oils lock in moisture. Skincare is just one way to harness their benefits. Some creations capture their flavor in a way that lasts all year. Dandelion jelly. A spoonful of dandelion jelly delivers a floral sweetness with hints of honey and citrus. Harvest bright, fully bloomed dandelion petals, ensuring no green parts remain as they add bitterness. Simmer petals in water, then strain to create a golden infusion. Combine with sugar, lemon juice, and pectin, then boil until thickened. The result is a delicate, floral spread perfect for toast, pastries, or pairing with cheese. While this preserves dandelions in a jar, their roots make a soothing, earthy alternative. Root tea. Dandelion root tea offers a bold, coffee-like flavor packed with antioxidants and is one of Grandma's favorite drinks. Wash and chop dandelion roots, then roast them in an oven at 250 degrees Fahrenheit until dark brown. Grind the roasted roots and steep a tablespoon in hot water for 10 minutes. The roasted compounds boost digestion, detoxify the liver, and provide a caffeine-free energy boost. While tea is a classic preparation, dandelions can also be used to create a simple seasoning with a mineral-rich kick. Dandelion salt. Crushed dandelion leaves mixed with salt create a mineral-packed seasoning. Dry fresh dandelion leaves completely, then grind them into a fine powder using a mortar and pestle or spice grinder. Mix equal parts of dandelion powder with sea salt, stirring well. The blend enhances soups, salads, and roasted vegetables while providing trace minerals. This homemade seasoning showcases how dandelions add depth to food, but they also shine in herbal remedies that support overall health. Tincture. Dandelion tincture concentrates the plant's benefits into a potent remedy. Fill a glass jar halfway with chopped dandelion roots and leaves, then pour in high-proof alcohol until fully submerged. Seal the jar and let it sit in a dark place for 4 to 6 weeks, shaking occasionally. Strain and store in dropper bottles. Just a few drops can aid digestion, support liver function, and reduce bloating. Whether used for cooking, skincare, or natural healing, dandelions prove to be one of nature's most versatile gifts. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.